ZAPS 147 Zombie Apocalypse Pandemic Survival. This is Chris Borges First the Beast podcast. Right off the bat, really late. Sorry about that, guys. Been out for a few days. I was fixing my car manually. Yes, do it yourself. Let's get started with the basics first. Thank you for tuning in. This is Zombie Apocalypse Pandemic Survival. I'm your host, Chris Borges of the Chris Borges First the Beast podcast. It's 9:40 a.m. in the morning here, January 8th, 2022. Yes, starting the new year off amazingly. So, again, if you watch my most recent previous podcasts, I told you guys about my big problem, which is my car broke down. I busted my radiator on an accident, and to sum the whole story up in short, I was going to work, hit a pothole, tire immediately went flat, the rim busted. Had to call AAA about halfway in between work and my house, and then next thing you know, AAA came after about an hour. Took me, and this happened all just last week, this week or last week, like kind of in between on the weekend, I think. So this has been going on for about a week now. Got it towed back to the house. And then in the middle of the night, that very same day, I had to call off work for 2 days because my car was completely busted. And it happened right on New Year's, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday time. You know, it happened right before New, so like Friday afternoon. So I couldn't work on New Year's Eve. I couldn't work on New Year's, and went back to work Sunday, Monday, so I went back to work this week. But long story short is, in the middle of the night on Friday, I went to go try and fix the flat. You know, like literally took it off, tried to go get it pumped up at the gas station, the actual tire that was flat, the front right. Next thing you know, I went to go jack it up in the middle of the night, and it was dark out, and I didn't realize I put the jack right underneath where the radiator sits. So I actually lifted up the whole car by the radiator, full on busted the side of it wide open. Coolant immediately spills out within like 30 seconds to a minute. So I had to get the radiator replaced now. So I didn't know about that until Monday, this Monday, when I went to the actual mechanic shop, because that's what time they opened after New Year's. And then they immediately got the tire replaced that same day. But then at the same time, once it was done and I took it back, I realized the coolant was completely low. The car meter actually said the coolant's way too low. You gotta turn off the car, pull over, turn off the car. It's not safe. Coolant's low. Then that's how I found out about that I actually busted the radiator. Then had to wait till a few days later, which is this Wednesday, got paid, and I needed the money, so I got paid for my job, got my paycheck that night. The very next day, cashed my check in the morning. And then, so that was Thursday. This Thursday, so that was just 2 days ago. And on Thursday, I ran up to Auto Parts or AutoZone, whatever it's called, probably AutoZone. Way, way, way far away. I had to use my bike because my car is broken. Got the replacement radiator after I did a whole bunch of research online, finding out pricing and places that actually have my radiator in stock. Thankfully, they did, but I could have bought a few online on different websites that it would have cost half the price, but it would have taken till next week to get it shipped over. And then come to find out, so I could have bought one for, let's just say I could have bought one for $140, but instead I had to pay $270 because I needed it right now, and that's how much it costs at AutoZone for that particular radiator for my make and model of my vehicle. So I had to pay double. Because I couldn't wait, because I needed to go to work. And then I bought it, bus back home, and tried to install it. And I couldn't do it by myself. And the day before, I actually started taking it apart on Wednesday as soon as I found out about it. So, and then Thursday, I really took it apart, like everything out the radiator, all the stuff you had to unscrew it, like the entire front. And then there was an issue where I had to I didn't know how to get it out properly, you know. And there's a lot of small little details that I didn't know how to do properly. So I called a buddy of mine, um, and he came over. He's like a pro mechanic, and he came over and helped me get it out, like fully get it out without taking it to a shop. And all we had to do is get my big jack and his big jack, and lift it up as high as we could, and then take it out from the bottom side. I didn't know how to do that, you know. And you had to like really like push the condenser to the side, push like the gas line like really far inward to get the space to wiggle it down and out of the vehicle, the condenser and the radiator together. Very tricky because it's just a very tight spot. You know, definitely you need two people. So it was definitely a blessing in disguise. So then I found out um, all this stuff that I didn't know. You know, if Kobe, yeah, if my friend wasn't there, I wouldn't have known every single thing you had to do because there's a lot of small things I didn't know. You know, I didn't know you had to move the condenser, the fuel line, push it to the side, and you could just wiggle it out. If you just slant the radiator and push it down, eventually it'll come out from the bottom. I didn't know that. I didn't know like when you replace the radiator, like there's like two like major side pieces that you have to unclip and put in, as well as the brackets and a few little rubber pieces or something like that on top of the radiator to before you reinstall it. And then so he showed me all this stuff that I didn't know about. And then and then once we were all done, got everything all prepped up and set up, put it back on the condenser nicely, had the brackets in place, put it together, I think screwed it on, and then put the condenser and the radiator back into place. Right next to the cooling, the cooling fan or cooling radiator and all that kind of stuff. Because I take the fan out first, and then on the exact opposite side, there's like the cooling. I don't know what it's called, like a cooling thing. It looks exactly like the condenser, but it's just another name for it. And it's like a triple piece plus the fan. You know, you guys know about radiators and stuff, like the whole system. So we got it back on, and I couldn't have done it without another person. There's just too many parts. You know, there's just too many moving parts. Like the radiator was heavy. I needed somebody to hold it up, to screw it on. I mean, it's definitely a two-man job. You know, so I paid him $80. So altogether, it was a $400 job for accidentally jacking it up by the radiator. Not to mention the pothole, tire replacement. The rim was fine, even though it was a little bent. I believe they just tapped it back into place. So thankfully, I didn't have to get a new rim. So all in all, the whole thing cost me $500. The pothole cost me $500. Um, and you know, as crazy as this sounds, it's the best $500 I ever spent. Why? Well, and why do I say this? Because for one, I never knew how to take off a radiator and put it back into place. So the knowledge that I learned, so all of this whole vehicle tragedy that just took place for like a week and a half or 2 weeks almost. Yeah, about a week and a half solid of like having to stress out and deal about this situation was actually a blessing in disguise because for the rest of my life I know how to fully replace a broken radiator, you know, and that's priceless information because a lot of people don't know how to do it properly. So I can charge anywhere between 80 bucks to $150 to $200 for the job, or $300 for the manual labor to actually do it for somebody if they need me to do it. So, you know, one of my first passions or hobbies ever is I love to learn how to fix cars, repair cars, and all that kind of stuff because it's very lucrative. Like you make money from it, you know, and you can help a lot of people out, you know, with your knowledge and stuff like that about everything. Because I didn't know about that. I almost completely and also in between doing the radiator, I actually almost whatchamacalls it? I almost accidentally fully broke the AC unit. There's like this AC condenser like on the bottom. I guess you call it like a AC like thing, like a metal thing that holds like I guess the AC fluid for your car to get cold and hot and stuff like that. And then I unscrewed it, the bottom piece, like one of the main pieces, and it's full on spurted AC fluid, like half it, like literally like less than a foot away from my face. Like if I was just like right in front of it, it would have sprayed all in my face, probably like made me blind or something. I don't know, like really fucked me up. But it was a solid, hard, like gushing spray that ensued just from like unscrewing one of the main screws from the condenser line to the actual condenser piece. So it was like this line and this that, and I went to unscrew it because I thought I needed to take it out to get the radiator out. So all these things that you just don't know, you know. So now I know that. Just don't fuck with that shit. So I probably got to just replace a little bit of the AC's fine though. I checked it out, and one thing I did learn too is when you do, excuse me, when you do radiators and all that kind of stuff, and you take it out and stuff like that, all the main lines that go into it and all that, the fuel line, the gas line, or whatever, or the coolant lines and all that kind of stuff, the hard metal lines that connect to actual the radiator. Um, Oil leaks out, power steering fluid leaks out, coolant leaks out, all this stuff. So for one thing, my power steering actually went completely low, like completely drained. So I had to replace that too. The coolant took about, instead of one bottle that it usually takes, it actually took two full bottles, just about, but one and three fourths of a whole antifreeze 50/50 coolant, the big orange gallon bottles of coolant. So very interesting stuff, you know. This usually takes one to fill it up. This one took two because it's brand new. I guess it needed to be super filled. And things seem to be running smoothly, like uh almost to a T, almost perfect. You know, there's just a few things that are kind of weird that I'd never experienced yet. Ever since the pothole, now I got kind of this weird squeaky noise on the right side, and also that kind of scares me. And also every once in a blue moon, I notice for the past couple of days, the car will randomly shut off, and I think I need to get a new fuel pump. I may need to get a new. I mean, there's like 10 different things that can be wrong when you're talking about an idle situation, that or a car that turns off when you turn a little bit, or randomly turns off every once in a great while. Because of that, it could be a fuel pump, could be the actuator. There's things. There's a lot of moving parts when it comes to that issue. A low idle, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of things, you know. So, and all of it's just a blessing in disguise, because once I figure out all this stuff and how to fix it properly, and it runs super smooth again, then for the rest of my life I'll know how to tackle that problem. So I actually enjoy problems on cars, you know. Actually a blessing in disguise, honestly. Because I paid $500 for this whole thing to happen, you know. But the thing is, the knowledge that I learned from it is invaluable, is priceless, is super expensive. Because for one, now I know, put a spare tire in my car, carry a cross tire, the whole nine, when it pops, so I can actually, you know, instead of towing it, now whenever it pops again in the future, if it happens to, a tire pops, I have a spare ready to go. And I know how to put it back on, put it off. I have jacks, all that kind of stuff. So when I'm stuck, you know, in between work, in between home, or on a trip or anything like that, I know how to replace it without calling AAA, and I can get home safely without paying $100. Also, my radiator breaks. I don't have to pay the mechanic shop $1,000 to do the job. You know, I can do it all by myself for a fourth of the cost. You know, instead of paying $1,000, I can pay $250 and get it done just the same. You know. Or, you know, if I need, like, you know, my car goes idle, or any kind of stuff, you know, bushing replacement, tire rod replacement, axle replacement, and, you know, engine replacement, all that kind of stuff. I know how to do it myself, so I'll actually be saving myself thousands instead of going to the mechanic shop. You know, I just know how to do it myself. So I love to learn about that stuff, because it just saves me a gazillion dollars, and I love to learn about it because it's just very useful information. So now I know how to do all that stuff, so that feels great. Also too, and coming right off, coming right into another subject. Just sold, and I'm pulling it right up right now for you guys. Not on Anchor, but on YouTube, my YouTube channel that you guys can actually see through my webcam. First up, we're doing my eBay store. I'm using my mouse right here, right in the center, right next to Zombie Apocalypse Pandemic Survival. If you can see my cursor, I'm moving it right here to the top right tab, top right of my banner to Borges Bay 1. That's my store right there. So if you were to go up top into my page and you click on the Borges Bay 1, it's redirecting us right to my shop. So you guys can actually see my shop here. This is Borges Bay 1. It's my store. Welcome to Borges Bay 1. Fast shipping, learn more. Boom, there it is. There's a little thing with my contact information, all that stuff. Please mention me if you have any questions. And there it is. Contact, United States, all that stuff. Here's the shop. And we're going slowly down. Electronics. So I have many things. I'm just about to set up my shop fully. So we have electronics, cameras and accessories, gamings, consoles, games, and more. Music gear and accessories. We have toys, play cards, and board games, all that kind of fun stuff, kid stuff. And as well as clearance and inventory, like super for sale items, super cheap stuff, like just move off the shelf kind of stuff. So a lot of cool stuff here. Borges Bay 1, new items every day, fast shipping, amazing deals daily, and anyone can do this. Anyone can go on top of ZAPS, Zombie Apocalypse Pandemic Survival, and go into my Borges Bay 1. Here's all my items right here for sale, and it starts going down the list. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff, just random stuff, just random, really everyday cool stuff people enjoy. I have like steel water bottles. I have a million puzzles. I have a million video games. And here, as you can see, here's a vintage pen pier casting reel. We have a Charles Wykowski Americana 1,000 piece. So more puzzles. We have some car stuff, car accessories, car seat belt cover right there. And the list goes on. Drumsticks. We got keychain binders. We've just like keychains. Cool keychains. We have little itty bitty flashlights. We have tech decks. We have like just tools, random small tools, and specialty tools. We have car stuff, car parts, beanies, more tech decks, shoes, computer stuff. So here's an Apple Cinema display, super vintage, super Thunderbolt, obviously. We have solar power bank chargers. And the list goes on forever, like this right here. It's plush dolls. We have plush dolls. We have more specialty tools. We have music gear. We have knickknacks and Halloween decoration stuff. Just holiday seasonal decoration stuff for that in general. More music gear, t-shirts, band tees, vinyl records, all that kind of stuff for you guys to check out here at Borges Bay 1. And I have all my shipments just came in through the mail, so I'm about to set up shop and all that kind of stuff, and also have just a gazillion things laying around in the room to put up. So we have that going, and just wanted to let you guys know about that. My store, it's available to anyone, and if you'd like to support me on my channel, please check it out and just purchase an item from me. I'd really appreciate it from you guys. Anybody who does. Also, you could help me by I'm closing out on this. You could also help me by right here if you clicking on the like and subscribe button on my channels. Obviously ZAPS that you're listening to this podcast right now, but I also have two other main channels, You and Me Fading Down with the Sunset. If you could subscribe to that, it'd be awesome. All of them are featured on each channel. Each of my other channels are featured on it as well. For example, right here, here's Fading Down, You and Me Fading. It's my band channel, official artist band channel, YouTube channel, as well as my film channel. It's Shoreside Gazebo Films. If you guys subscribe to all of them, that would really help me out. And I really appreciate it. Also, on top of the top again, there's my Twitch channel. We have You and Me Fading, obviously. We have Shoreside Gazebo Films, obviously. And we have my website. If you go into my About Me section right here, you guys can actually see I have my novels available for sale right here, too. Hawaiian Haunting, for example, which check it out. If you click on the link, it goes right to my Amazon published books, novels. All of them are for sale for $19.95. Some new, some used. $19.95 new, and you definitely get an actual book. And this is what it actually looks like, the front and back. So, of A Hawaiian Haunting, my third novel I've ever written in my life. And if you'd like to support me, you can purchase one of these books, and it's a great read, and I highly recommend it. This took me a very long time to make these books, and they're worth a read. They're really interesting and fascinating, and I highly recommend it. Other than that, we're checking out a few solds right now. Some stuff that's sold on my eBay. So first off, right off the bat, we have the Cats of Charles Wykowski 750 piece puzzle. These just sold yesterday and today. This one was yesterday. The next one is coming up is today. I sold, but so here's the one I sold yesterday. I don't have it because I had to ship it out at USPS. I already sent it out to the customer. So it's a 750 piece puzzle Ethel, the Gourmet Buffalo games. Everything on my channel is 15% off as well too. So it was $29.95, but with 15% off, she sold it for $25.46. I believe I got this off a huge lot of puzzles. So I think I bought like 20 or 30 puzzles off a lady that lives close to me. She sold it to me like 30 of them for like $5. So I literally have like, you know what I mean, like this probably literally cost me like I don't know, like 50 cents or something like that. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Like 50 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents I paid for this, and it sold for 25.46. So amazing profits. I think it costs about $8 to ship out, so I'm about $9-10 down after it's all said and done, after taxes, eBay fees, and all that kind of stuff, or whatever, eBay fees and all that kind of stuff. So made about, how much is that? So 10 minus 25 is 15. So I made about $15 off of this one. After getting my money back and all that stuff. So amazing profits. So I made about 25. Whatever, $20 on this little puzzle piece. Paid 50 cents, sold for $25. Amazing. I love that. I'll do that all day, and that's awesome. And I'm stoked that they got an amazing product. This is a very sought after type of puzzles. I believe the Cats of Charles Wojtkowski is very sought after. Like Charles Wojtkowski, anything is like super sought after in the puzzle world. So next up, and the next one that I sold is here we are. A Mana stainless steel. See, and I can pull it up right here actually for you guys because I just sold it right now. This is actually a Mana stainless steel. Sorry. Mana stainless steel 20 ounce water bottle pink. And it's very, very cool. It's just a nice, solid stainless steel water bottle. And I'm sure they love the pink and all that kind of stuff. And it's in practically mint condition and just amazingly well kept. I think I got like 100 of these stainless steel bottles literally for like $20. Like 100 of them. And it just sold for like, so I probably got like another 25-50 cents in this. Sold for $21.20. Amazing profits. I can't complain there. And they're getting an amazing stainless steel bottle. It's just very, very nice. It's very good for running or for any kind of like sports activities and stuff like that. It's just solid. You can drop it, do any kind of stuff, and it'll never break. It's stainless steel. Super, super tough and durable, and just very, very cool looking in general. So super stoked on that. And that's all we got going for today, guys. So overall, just an amazing week for me. Not as far as the sales go. Usually I'll have about, a couple, maybe 5 to 10 sales per week, which isn't good. I need to be doing about 100 sales per week. You know what I mean? So I'm very, very far behind right now, but I just need to add into my inventory stock more stuff. So I have the item right here. Going to wrap it up in a second. I'm going to post this. This is actual USPS shipment label to ship it out. So I gotta run to the post office in just a second. A lot of great, amazing stuff happening right now in my life. As far as now, I'm back on track. The car's fixed, and obviously, life is the never-ending list of problems to solve. So my next list is I'm gonna update it, organize it completely, and let you guys know about it on the next podcast. I think we did a lot on this one. Did a lot of explaining, so I think that it was kind of a mouthful. So we're going to get everything on. We're going to wrap it up. This has been ZAPS number 147 of the Zombie Apocalypse Pandemic Survival. I've been your host, Chris Borges, the Chris Borges First the Beast podcast. All things pertaining to my life endeavors, my journeys, my problems I'm solving, how I feel, how my thoughts are, and everything Chris Borges. So, again, thank you all for caring and for sticking around with me. I really appreciate each and every one of you that check out my channel. And I'm doing great right now at the moment. Fantastic. I got to go to work in a few hours, 6-7 hours. I got to do a night shift. And if you guys haven't done so already, please subscribe and like to my channels, every single one of them, every single episode. And that would really help me out a lot. And I'll see you guys on ZAPS number 148 tomorrow. You guys take care. Have a good one.